Hello students, this is Kanupriya, PGT Geography. Here I am once again with my next video on Chapter 4, which is Chapter 4 Human Settlements. This is my next video on this particular chapter. In my previous video, we had studied about the various types of rural settlement, in which we had discussed clustered rural settlement, semi-clustered rural settlement, hamleted rural settlement, and dispersed rural settlement. After that, we had started the next topic of this chapter, which was evolution of towns in India. Since the Indus Valley civilization, number of towns have evolved in India, like Mohenjo-daro town. In the evolution of towns in India, we had studied that India has witnessed the development of different towns in different periods, in which we had discussed about ancient towns, medieval towns, and modern towns in India. Ancient towns originated about 2000 years ago, and medieval towns were developed during the Mughal Empire or when princely states were formed, and modern towns were established after the British Empire was developed in India. When Britishers came to India, they have developed a number of towns in the British style, which are known as the modern towns, and later on number of towns were established as industrial centers, as administrative centers, and number of other things. So these were the topics that we had discussed in the last video. So today we will discuss the rest of the topics of this chapter. So let's start with it. Today's first topic is urbanization in India. Firstly, we have to study what is urbanization. How can we define urbanization? So urbanization can be defined as the percentage of urban population to the total population. The level of urbanization is measured in terms of percentage of urban population to the total population. So in this way, we can calculate the percentage of urban population residing in a particular state or in a particular area or in a particular country. So it is basically the percentage of the urban population to the total population. As we had seen that the level of urbanization in India in 2011 was 31.16%, which is quite low in comparison to developed countries. So if we compare developed countries and developing country like India, we'll see a vast gap between the two in terms of urbanization. India has very low percentage of urban population. On the other hand, we have developed countries where urban population is very high as compared to the developing country like India. Total urban population has increased 11-fold during the 20th century. Enlargement of urban centers and emergence of new towns have played a significant role in the growth of urban population and urbanization in the country. But the growth rate of urbanization has slowed down during last 2 decades. So basically, urban population has increased during the 20th century. It is because of the fact there were enlargement of urban centers. Number of urban centers were developed and they were enlarged, and number of new towns have been emerged, and because of which the urban population had increased in the country. But during the last 2 decades, the growth of urban population has slowed down. So this is urbanization in India. Now comes the classification of towns on the basis of population size. Census of India classifies urban centers into 6 classes. Urban center with population of more than 1 lakh is called a city or class 1 town. Cities accommodating population size between 1 to 5 million are called as metropolitan cities, and more than 5 million are called as megacities. Majority of metropolitan and megacities are urban agglomerations. So basically, the census of India had divided the urban centers into 6 classes. Any urban center or any area with population of more than 1 lakh is called a city or class 1 town. And if cities accommodate population between 1 to 5 million, those cities are called as metropolitan cities, and the cities which accommodate population size more than 5 million are called as megacities, and majority of metropolitan and megacities are called as urban agglomerations or urban agglomeration. Now comes, what is this urban agglomeration? So let's discuss this. An urban agglomeration may consist of any one of the following 3 combinations. First, a town and its adjoining urban outgrowth. Point 2, 2 or more contiguous towns with or without their urban outgrowth. Point 3, a city and 1 or more adjoining towns with their outgrowths together forming a contiguous spread. More than 60% of the urban population in India lives in class 1 towns. Out of 468 cities, 53 cities or urban agglomerations are metropolitan cities. 6 of them are megacities with population over 5 million each. More than 1/5 of urban population lives in these megacities. Among them, this is the very important point, Greater Mumbai is the largest urban agglomeration with 18.4 million people. Then we have Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. These are other megacities in the country. So basically, what is this urban agglomeration? We can call a particular area as urban agglomeration because of 3 factors. If we have a town and it has its urban outgrowth, or 2 towns, 2 or more than 2 towns, if they join together with or without their urban outgrowth, or a city and 1 or more adjoining town is there along with the city with their outgrowth together. This outgrowth can be because of the following factors like university, opening of universities, railway tracks, ports. All of these factors are necessary for the development of a particular area as the urban agglomeration, because that town will be enlarged because of its outgrowth, and it is because of the factors like universities, railway tracks, ports, etc. So this is known as the urban outgrowth. So this is how an area become an urban agglomeration area. So this is urban agglomeration. Now comes the next topic, which is functional classification of towns. Apart from their role as central or nodal places, many towns and cities perform specialized services. Some towns and cities specialize in certain functions and they are known for some specific activities, products or services. However, each town performs a number of functions. On the basis of dominant or specialized functions, Indian cities and towns can be broadly classified as. So depending upon the functions a particular town or city perform, a classification has been given depending upon the functions of the particular cities or towns, which is, first one is administrative towns and cities. Towns supporting administrative headquarters of higher order are administrative towns such as Chandigarh, New Delhi, Bhopal, Shillong, Guwahati, Imphal, Srinagar, Gandhinagar, Jaipur, Chennai, etc. So all these towns have specialized function, that is administrative functions. Second one is industrial towns. Industries constitute prime motive force of these cities such as Mumbai, Salem, Coimbatore, Modinagar, Jamshedpur, Hooghly, Bhilai, etc. So all these towns were developed because of the industrial centers. So these towns are called as industrial towns. Third one is transport cities. They may be ports, primarily engaged in export and import activities such as Kandla, Kochi, Kozhikode, Vishakhapatnam, etc., or hubs of inland transport such as Agra, Dhulia, Mughalsarai, Itarsi, Katni, etc. So all these cities have specialized functions related to export and import activities. So these cities are called as transport cities. Next is commercial towns. Towns and cities specializing in trade and commerce are kept in this class. We have Kolkata, Saharanpur, Satna, etc. All these towns specializes mainly in trade and commerce. So these towns are called as commercial towns. Next one is mining towns. These towns have developed in mineral rich areas such as Raniganj, Jharia, Digboi, Ankleshwar, Singrauli, etc. So these towns are mostly developed because of the mining activity, as number of minerals are found in these particular areas. For example, Raniganj and Jharia are famous for coal, Digboi, Ankleshwar are famous for petroleum deposits, and Singrauli is also famous for coal deposits. So all these towns were developed because of the rich minerals which are present in these particular areas or cities. Next is educational towns. Starting as centers of education, some of the towns have grown into major campus towns such as Roorkee, Varanasi, Aligarh, Pilani, Allahabad, etc. So most of these towns were developed because of the educational opportunities, because of the universities, and these towns are called as educational towns. Then we have religious and cultural towns. We have Varanasi, Mathura, Amritsar, Madurai, Puri, Ajmer, Pushkar, Tirupati, Kurukshetra, Haridwar, Ujjain. These all came into prominence because of their religious and cultural significance. So these towns are called as religious and cultural towns. Last one is tourist towns. We have number of tourist destinations like Nainital, Mussoorie, Shimla, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer, Ooty, Mount Abu, etc. But the cities are not static in their function. The functions keep on changing. Even specialized cities, as they grow into metropolises, becomes multifunctional, wherein industry, business, administration, transport, etc. become important. The function gets so intertwined that the city cannot be categorized in a particular functional class. So these are the functional classification of towns. On the basis of different functions, different towns have been classified. But we know that these functions are very dynamic in nature, and each city has number of functions to perform. So depending upon that, we cannot classify a particular city or a town on the basis of a specialized function that it performs, because a city can be multifunctional. So this is all for today. If you have any doubt, please come up with your doubts. Thank you so much.